Hey everyone, I'm Skroutz. Hope you're having a good day. And today, we're going to be taking a look at what 3 years of mapping looks like in Osu. From my experience at least. Keep in mind of course that everyone's experience is and will be different from mine, but the point of this video is to share my experience with you guys. We're going to begin with some very first maps that I haven't uploaded for various reasons, and work our way up from my first uploaded map to my most recent. Of course, if you end up enjoying this video, feel free to leave a like, as well as subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. And with everything being said, let's get into the video. To start off with some of my first ever maps, you're gonna see something that all of them have in common. Aside from all of them being bad, obviously. Most of them, if not every single one of them, are unfinished. And the reason for that is simply because I was not much into mapping back then. I just wanted to try and map some songs I liked and see where that would take me. But obviously, since I didn't know much about mapping at the time and everything was very new to me, I didn't have the motivation to finish any of them. Other than that, there's not much to say about them, since they're what a beginner map looks like. The earliest map that I have on my computer was made in around 2020, before I uploaded my first ever beat map. And speaking of it, I think it's about time we look at it.
Is the weed on the show real?
Pekoweed by Spazza17 is a mashup between Snoop Dogg's The Next Episode and Usada Pecora's background music. It was first uploaded back in November 18th of 2020, and the moment it came out, I instantly went to map it. And in November 19th, one day after the mashup was released, I had uploaded my first map in Osu. There's nothing special to it, it's a very beginner jump map that went through a few changes to make it more playable. But I had fun mapping it, it was the first time I fully finished the map, and I enjoyed it a lot. Lalala by Baby No Money and Y2K is a popular song made back in 2019, and it's a song that I used to listen quite often back in the day. So one day I decided to open up Osu and try to map it. Being uploaded shortly a few months after my first map, I consider that to be my first somewhat serious map and not just shitting on the editor. It was also the first time I asked for feedback from people, and surprisingly they agreed to give feedback to an amateur mapper like me. Now I'm not gonna share who the person was, since they may not want to be associated with this, but that person really helped me keep my motivation up, and honestly, if it wouldn't be for them, I most likely wouldn't be where I am now. Aside from that, it's a very basic new map, obviously lacking lots of things such as patterning, emphasis, etc. But I was still very new to mapping at the time, and I was proud that I was able to finish a map. True Millenium Queen, I'd say, was more of an experimental type map, to see what I was capable of. Being uploaded around 1 month after lalala, just like Pekoweed, it was a jump spam map, but I feel I did a lot better to it, if you compared the two with each other. Main reason why I even mapped this in the first place is because the only other popular version of the song was mapped by Locovoto, and I wasn't really a big fan of his version. I felt that the jumps were completely random and unfun. So I tried to map it a bit better and be more comfortable and accessible for other players that can't play the other version. Now, do I think looking back and comparing the two, if mine is better, I'd rather not speak and continue with the video. This was also the first time I had the courage to send this to top players so they could try the map and hopefully get some attention as a new mapper. I received positive feedback from the ones that tried it, saying that they liked the map, and that helped me get the motivation I needed to continue mapping more stuff. Envy Baby was my first ever attempt of making a rankable map. I really liked the song, played different versions of it beforehand, so I decided to make my own. Being uploaded around 3 months after the previous one, this was also the first map of mine to have lower difficulties as well as guess difficulties, if we exclude Pekoweed. It was heavily inspired by Ryusei Aika's slider maps at the time, such as Phony and King, so I tried to make something alike. The current version of the map being updated around 1 week after being uploaded had some minor changes alongside with a lot of slider nerfs. I remember sending this map to Sotarks back when he still streamed, and this is what he had to say about it.
Dude, whoever mapped this, did you play your map? Like, and when you play these patterns, are you like, man, this is like the best fun I had on this game?
Good times. He made me play my own map in front of 800 viewers. For me back then, that was the scariest and funniest thing that's ever happened to me, and that's mostly it about this map. Halloween no Yoin being uploaded on the 12th of July, I would consider that to be one, if not my most popular map. And I don't even know if I should be proud of it. It started off as a funny 10-star jump map that wasn't even the entire map. It was just a dislike, and I'm pretty sure I mapped it in less than an hour or so. The reason why this became so popular in the first place is because I sent this map to a player known as Pekoweed, and he ended up uploading a video of it, which got quite a bit of views. One day I woke up to my map getting more and more play count, and I decided that the more loves the map would have, I would make a full version as well as a lower difficulty, which I did in the end, having a 9.3 star difficulty, a 7.6, and a 5.7 guess difficulty. Funny thing is that it's not even fully finished, I stopped midway for some reason, even though I said I would do the full thing. And yeah, this is probably where I actually started mapping jumps and just have fun messing around.
Welcome to the internet.
Welcome to the Internet was one of my first attempts following a YouTube trend and making it into an OSU map. There's not much to say about this, I just really wanted to make it into a jumpy low star map, and that's what I did. Being uploaded on the 28th of June, I also uploaded a video of it on YouTube, which for my standards, it did quite well. I was happy about it. What I mostly love about this map, which I don't think any of the rank sets have, is this. But yeah, that's mostly it. Low star jumpy map, and somewhat playable with double time.
Don't act surprised, you know you like it, you whore. See a man beheaded, get offended, see a shrink. Show us pictures of your children, tell us every thought you think. Start a rumor, buy a broomer, send a death threat to a boomer, or DM a girl and groomer, do a zoomer, find a tumor in your...
Yeah, no, let's just skip to the next one. Industry Baby could be considered following another YouTube trend, but honestly, I just wanted to map it because I like the song. Being uploaded on the 28th of August, I wanted to try something different and make a more slider-ish map. I also tried mostly following the vocals instead of any instruments, which made some parts look and play weird. Around midway through the map, I kinda lost motivation to finish it, and I asked a friend of mine if they wanted to do it. And so they did. I ended up finishing the map afterwards, and that's really everything that has to be said about this map. Ever heard this song while you're driving or just cruising around somewhere and be like, oh, what if I map this in OSU? No, just me? That's fine. This song is one of those cases. I was in the car listening to that song playing one day, and I was curious if I could map it in OSU, and so I did. Being uploaded on the 18th of November, it's a simple slow 4-star map. However, I think this is where I started seeing a bit of progress in terms of how I map. Almost a year ago my maps went from looking like this to this. For me it was a big difference, and I was happy to see that I'm improving in mapping. And I was pretty satisfied with it, even though the map isn't special or good in any way. This map marks the 10th map I've uploaded in OSU, and probably my most different kind of map. Being uploaded on the 7th of December, this was the first time I've ever mapped a song that was not English/Japanese, but rather Greek. It was also the longest map I've mapped so far, being 3 minutes and 49 seconds. I like this song, it's such a classic being released back in 2013, and I personally feel that there are so many good Greek songs that aren't being mapped. Whether because people don't know they exist, or don't want to map them. And this was my first attempt at making a difference, and probably the last. This song brings back memories. Being first uploaded on the 12th of October and last updated on the 15th of January of 2022, it was another attempt at getting my first ranked map. I first heard the song when I played Riddle Joker, a visual novel made by Ubisoft, and it had a very chill and relaxing melody, and I really enjoy melodies like this. I was curious if I could map it in Osu, and so I did. Made it hard, as well as a normal difficulty so it was meeting the minimum ranking criteria, and I was really determined to rank this, and my hopes really went up when I asked the BN if they were interested, which to my surprise, they were. Up until that moment, I've never had a BN being interested in any of my maps, so this was very unexpected. I went and changed quite a bit of the map, asked friends for advice, mods, but unfortunately, that's where it all ends. Shortly after, the BN which I've put all my hope to got kicked from the Beatmap nominator group, and all my hope of being able to rank this faded away. Looking back at this now, I'm sure I could try in cleaning it up, making it a better map, but for now, this is where the story of this map comes to an end. Murmur Twins, a banger made by Utokiwa, however you pronounce that name, is a song that was first introduced in Beatmania and afterwards mapped into Osu. Being technically the first map of 2022, being uploaded on the 4th of July, I really wanted to try and make a harder version of the already existing map, which was ranked in 2013, and the set doesn't really have an incredibly hard difficulty, hardest one being 5.6 stars. So I wanted to step it up a bit and make it a bit harder. The map ended being 7.6 stars, and I kinda like how it turned out. I even got players like Masters to play the map, and I got to see him play in person back in COA 2022, which was really cool. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage of it, so you just have to take my word for that. Other than that, was also probably the first time I mapped something stream related, and with the knowledge I had at the time, I think I did fine. I was unfortunately one of the songs that I ran out of motivation quickly to map, and I just ditched it midway. Being submitted on the 19th of July, it was a map that I only finished it because I wanted to get used to mapping full songs and not stopping midway and leaving it be. Around the second half, I'm pretty sure I just copy-pasted the rhythm and just changed a few patterns, even though I'm not really following any instruments. I'm not entirely sure why I haven't deleted this yet from the servers, but I'm leaving it be as a way to remember how far I've come. Unwelcome Number One is what you get if you combine the famously known We Are Number One from Lazy Town and Unwelcome School from Blue Archive. I found this mashup randomly while scrolling on YouTube, and I thought it would be funny to map it in Osu. I opened the editor, having no idea how I would map it, but after a bit of using my brain, also known as thinking, I came up with essentially what you're seeing. I took a bit of inspiration from Newton's set of Unwelcome School, and I'm kinda happy with how it turned out. I think I could consider this one of my most fun maps that I've ever made. Being submitted on the 26th of July, as well as being 7.6 stars, I think I did a good job on this map for the knowledge I had at the time.
I like to move it, move move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it, move it, move it.
Who doesn't know this song? Well, unless if you were born yesterday. I Like to Move It is a classic. Being uploaded on the 15th of September, I remember seeing this song being played in a tournament. I don't remember exactly which one it was. I think it was AIM Cup, but I'm not sure. Regardless, I remember trying to play Scyther's version of it, and it was a bit too difficult for me to play. The ending was just too much. So I decided to make my own version of it, and I think I did fine on it, in comparison at least to my first jump map.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it, move it.
Piccolo by Baby No Money is the exact case with the other Baby No Money song that I mapped it first. I liked the song, listened to it in my free time, so I went as well and mapped it. Although the difference with this one is that instead of mapping it seriously, I wanted to map it more like a jumpy map, to have some fun with it. As to what the background and diff name have to do with the song, don't worry about it. Uploaded on November 12th and being close to 7 stars, I feel it's a fun jump map that people can play, not too easy, not too difficult, accessible to most people. And especially if you listen to his music and like jumps, I think you will like this map. Yoshi's Island is another song that I randomly found while scrolling through YouTube, and I thought it would be funny to map it in Osu. I started mapping it normally, and for whatever reason, I decided midway to do a bit of trolling and add 2 notes in the same beat, for God knows why. Can't remember why exactly I did that, but I'm pretty sure I did it for the sake of trolling people who play the map. Being uploaded on the 19th of November, it was just another silly map that I decided to make, and for the most part it was just me having fun in the editor. Wohi by Joji is probably one of my favorite all-time songs, and being one of my favorites, of course I had to map it in Osu. I heard this song for the first time around 4 to 5 years ago, and I still listen to it occasionally even to this day. Being mapped on the 12th of December, this was another attempt of mine at making a ranked map. Being a bit more slow than the usual songs I mapped before, I struggled quite a bit mapping this. However, my motivation was so strong at the time that nothing could get in my way, and I tried to make it as best as I can. And I'm very proud of how it turned out. I think it's a good map that just needs a bit of cleaning and a bit of modding, if I would like to push it for ranked. I'm in no position of course to say if it's rankable or not, but I'm still very happy regardless with what I did on it. Nine is another map that I attempted to rank, but just like the other ones I've made, it's eternally stuck in the infinite abyss called Graveyard. Being first uploaded on the 20th of September, and last updated on the 13th of January 2023, it's a low BPM song, originally made by Rihanna and covered by Ina. Just like the other attempts I had, I got hit sounds, modding, low difficulty, essentially everything that's required so you can go for ranked. But again, for now it's stuck on Graveyard. I doubt I will ever update this again, mostly because I would prefer mapping other songs, unless if I really change my mind and decide to remap it completely. But for now, it's staying where it is. Hooked is kind of a special map to me, and regardless if the map is good or not, I really like it. It has a special place in my heart. Hooked being uploaded on the 9th of January and last updated on the 28th, which honestly, I don't even remember what I updated on it. Hooked is a song originally made by Kira and covered by a VTuber group called Vgogen, which unfortunately disbanded on December of 2023. Rest in peace. Although, each member is still streaming as usual, they're just not in the group anymore. I made an entire video about this map, so if you're interested in watching it, I'll have a link down in the description below. I never really had in mind ranking this, although I think that would be kind of cool, as a memorial of the group I guess. I personally don't think the map is currently rankable, however that doesn't necessarily mean the map is bad. In fact, it's personally one of my favorite maps I've made, mostly because of the story behind it. Made a cool description for the map, used the original MV as a video, that definitely didn't take hours to do, for those who want to play with the video, made specific color circles for each member that was included in the cover, and that's mostly everything that has to be said about this map. I don't have much time to say anything about this map since it's so short, so another jump spam map I made, submitted on the 1st of June, just a silly map I made in like an hour and decided to upload it because why not, and definitely never misspelled the name of the map in the process. Remember when I said earlier that it would probably be my last time at mapping something Greek? Yeah, I maybe lied. This one is the second Greek map I've ever uploaded, and so far the last one. Being uploaded on the 7th of November, I had to take a small break in between due to my work hours. It was around the time that I had to finally touch grass and go out to the work world, mostly because I needed money for COE. I had a very bad work schedule, and that made me unable to upload any maps during that period. Should explain why there was a 5-month gap in between. Anyways, about the map. Like I said earlier, it's an old Greek song, made around 2004, and I don't really listen to Greek music in general, but there are some songs that just hit different, this one being one of them. Map being almost 7 stars and 10 stars by double time, I just wanted to make a silly map that's not fully shit map. Pretty sure I took a couple of days to make it, instead of the typical shit map that would take a few hours. Nothing special with this one, other than being fun to play, at least in my opinion. Ο άντρας ο σωστός, ο πρόστιχος, ο έξυπνος, ο γοητευτικός, ο τέλειος άντρας δεν είναι πουθενά, γι' αυτό κάτσε μαζί μου και μη ζητάς πολλά. If someone somehow gets an SS on this, I'm honestly gonna be impressed. And the final map we have here, and I think my best one so far, has to be Poshetto by Mimi and Kafu. Being firstly submitted on the 27th of January, and last updated on the 20th of January 2024, almost a year after being first uploaded, this has to be probably one, if not the map, that I've put the most amount of time and effort to. I first found this song through one of Logo of Now streams, and I saw that he also mapped it but didn't really bother finishing it, so I tried to make my own version, and I took heavy inspiration from his mapping. And I think it turned out quite nice. It may of course not be a one-to-one copy of his maps, but I'm still pretty happy with how this turned out. Keep in mind that around 3 years ago, my maps looked like this. I've kinda dropped this set from going for rank, even though I managed to get people to GD on it, as well as hit sound, but I think I'm on the right path of actually getting my first ranked map. Who knows, it may be the next one, it may be the 10th, only time will tell. And that's it for the maps that I have uploaded. There are of course multiple maps that I've either not uploaded or deleted, but you get the point. I do have the 2 more maps uploaded after writing this script, but that's fine. If you want, feel free to go check them out yourself. However, the video is not over yet. I have 3 more maps to show you that aren't specifically on my profile, and that's because I've made a few guest difficulties that you can find under my GDs section. I'd like to go through them quickly to show you them and give you a bit of story behind them. Gluten Aika is a silly jump map that I firstly made somewhere around 2021, and I found this song randomly while scrolling through my maps in Osu, and I decided to map it for myself. Originally, the background was a bit different that I don't really think I can show you due to YouTube guidelines. Although to be honest, the background that is currently being used is not any better. Either way, I finished the map, and then I had the brilliant idea, instead of uploading it myself, I could ask if I can add my difficulty on Jordan the Bear's set. It was the first time that I asked if I could add my difficulty on someone else's set, and to be honest, I was expecting a rejection. But to my surprise, he actually agreed to let me add my difficulty on his set. And funnily enough, due to the big spike on the map ended up being the top difficulty, which was not something I was expecting. I think this is one of the most fun maps I've made, purely because of how silly the song and the map get the further you get into it. And I'm surprised there are high-ranked players who've played this map, such as Boschman with his random one-try FC. Legit, how? But yeah, that's mostly it for this map. Arcadia Paroniria was the first time I got asked to make a guest difficulty, and it wasn't a song genre that I never really tried mapping before. Regardless, I still tried my best. I made this map somewhere around early 2023. Unfortunately though, the first version that I made of this map, and the one I preferred the most, got lost to time. Something happened with my game that ended up crashing my PC, and for whatever reason, it didn't save any of my progress, so I had to start from zero. I was devastated, but I managed to map as much as I could from memory. Oh yeah, the map had a different background as well, so that's better. But yeah, first time mapping something like this, and it was an interesting experience to say the least, even though the map isn't that great. And for the final map on this list, and no, I'm not counting this, Toy Soldier. I got shown this version of the song a while back from a friend of mine called Azasapa. His version was very funky, and I was curious if I could make one as well. So I asked if I could GD on it, and he agreed. A few days later, I sent him my difficulty, and this is how it turned out. I'm happy with how funky my version got to be, and personally I wouldn't change anything on it. Not for any particular reason, but I'd like it to be as authentic and annoying as it can be. Also made around during 2023, this is the final GD that I've ever made. Like we said, we don't count this. And that does it for today's video. A bit longer than the usual length videos I have, but if you ended up actually watching the entire thing, thank you very much. I'd also like to thank New for drawing these amazing emotes that I've been using throughout this entire video. Expect to see them more often in my upcoming videos. I'll have his Twitter linked in the description below. If you ended up liking the video, be sure to leave a like, as well as subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. You can always unsubscribe later if you want to. Feel free to leave a comment down below, telling me your thoughts, or even your experiences with mapping. And with everything being said, once again I'm Skroutz, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.